Yeah, look, Taoiseach, I don't have a problem with the government spending money on genuine public service information with the national broadcaster. I will say, as an aside, we do, however, need to address the more general issue as a matter of urgency of the impact of commercial and advertising on the controversies that we have seen unfold in RTE. It was noticeable, not entirely credible, but nonetheless a real thing. Noel Kelly was trying to essentially excuse a lot of the goings-on over the pay stuff in relation to the commercial relationship of RTE. So that's a matter we have to investigate. It links to the wider issue of the funding of RTE not being dependent on commercial and advertising, which can impact on its public service remit. But the question I really want to ask is this. Given that we rightly spent money on COVID information during that period, can I put it to you that, and I've said this in a number of kind of forums, the biggest issue facing this country at the moment is, in its various manifestations, the housing and homelessness crisis and the options and so on that are available to people, or lack of options in many cases, for the different manifestations of that crisis. And I have said there should be a public information. In fact, there should be a dedicated portal, one-stop shop portal, in terms of what is available to people who, for example, are facing homelessness, what is available in terms of affordable cost rental, the supports that are available when people are in difficult situations. And I think that would be a useful form of, if you like, public information, government information statements, to put out there what assistance, what schemes, what supports are available to people who find themselves in crisis, emergency or difficult situations in relation to the housing crisis. Because very often people haven't got a clue, they're absolutely desperate and don't know where to go in terms of looking for assistance when they're in dire situations.
Yeah, just in relation to Deputy Boyd Barrett's question, we are going to spend, we do, and we are going to spend some more money on public information campaigns around housing and around homelessness. And there are a lot of government schemes that are there to help people with housing, but people aren't always aware of them. It won't be done through my department. It'll be done through, or is being done through, the Department of Housing, Planning and Local Government. So there would be information around the Help to Buy scheme, for example, people knowing that they can claim back 3 years of income tax to help them towards a deposit. There will be some advertising around First Home, which helps people to bridge the gap between the mortgage they can get and the property that they want to buy. Also around the local authority home loans to help people to get a loan if they can't get a mortgage from the bank. And I think there's a public relations campaign planned around the Croí Cónaithe grants to encourage people to take up those grants to renovate old residential buildings and bring them back into use. And then, of course, there's tenant in situ and HAP and other options too, and cost rental. So the basic point is accepted that there's a lot of different schemes and a lot of different options for people, and maybe people aren't as aware of them as they might be. And we do want to spend some information on that.
Place to go, do you know what I mean, as part of that? Because there's people who are not fitting into these categories. I welcome that. But
yeah, I'm sure we can, and certainly in my own constituency service, we obviously try to help people directly where we can't. We'd often advocate going to the local authority or going to a body like Threshold. That can be very helpful to people in terms of giving the advice we need. But we can certainly take that into consideration. Just in relation